Happy Sunday, everybody. For some people, Amber had a lot to say about you. I know. Amber had a lot to say about me. She did. She had a lot to say about me. But you know what? That's okay. Because I have had a lot to say about her. So I think it's only fair that Amberlynn gets to use her platform to say what she wants to say. Because I certainly do that, so why shouldn't she? I encouraged her to do this, actually. So if you haven't been watching, about a week ago, Amberlynn came in here and she tried to have it out with me. She tried to come in here and lay down the law and spit facts and mic drop and had a whole lot to say. And I said, we're not doing that. We're not doing that, Amber. You have your own platform. You are more than welcome to go live on that platform or do a recorded video if that's easier for you and say whatever you need to say. You don't come in my chat and act like you run shit, because you don't run shit here. You don't run shit here. So yes, she used her own platform to take some shots at me. And we are going to take a little look-see-poo at what she had to say. And I am, more than likely going to have something to say in response to what she had to say. I think that's only fair, yeah?
No.
I get to have a response. I get the floor now? I get the floor? She saved the best for last in this video, so the response and the shade that Ms. Reed has for me isn't until the end of this video. So we might as well get started, because the quicker we get started, the quicker we can get to the fun part, yeah? Let's get started.
Hey, Amber.
Part series where I answer 100 of your guys' questions, 25 per each video. And I do have a few disclaimers. I chose to do this because I promised you guys that I would upload every other day, but for the next 10 days, I'm gonna be super busy, so I'm not gonna have any time to edit, but I definitely will have time to film, so you don't have to worry about that. So to keep my promise, I am pre-filming, so in the best way that I knew how, I was like, let's do some Q&As for now. So let's do it. All right, first question. What kind of ASMR do you watch on YouTube? Lately, I've been really loving like certain perfectionist, like final touches of like the hair. Blah. I don't know what it is, but I'm telling you, it's so calming when like they do like curls and they like move the hair like this and like just like perfect little tiny little movements. That's why it's called ASMR perfectionist or whatever. Oh my God, it's so good and calming. 10 out of 10 recommend.
Shut up.
What are some of your hobbies lately? I've been into scrapbooking, journaling, so many journals, Legos, doodling. Yeah, that's about it. What's your love language?
But really, is that what she does all day? I sometimes wonder, what does Amberlynn do with all her time? I mean, if she's just in that room all day, what does she do?
I have never known.
I mean, you can only scrapbook so much. You can only draw so much. You can only journal so much. I mean, what does she do? Just play on her phone all day and just sit there?
No.
It just seems like she lives in prison. It just seems like she's in a prison. I mean, quite literally in a prison, and then her lifestyle's a prison.
Or favorite way to be loved? So for the longest, I thought words of affirmation was like top 2 of my love languages, but it's not. It's actually like 3rd. My number.
Well, yeah, because that wouldn't mean anything to you. Words of affirmation. I mean, if someone gives you positive compliments, you wouldn't take those to heart because that's not how you feel about yourself.
Number 1 love language, I think, is physical touch.
Ew.
Like with the right person, like I cannot touch you enough.
She wailed on me. Beat me real bad.
You cannot touch me enough.
Ew.
Like, let's be in each other's skin.
Ew.
I wouldn't want to be in Amberlynn's skin.
And then my second love language is definitely quality time. I feel like that is so freaking important. It's not even funny.
And then purposely, try to give me a time limit when to be back, or try to make it to where I didn't go at all. There were times where she completely forbid me from going, especially when my mom was very sick.
I was ready to go. I hadn't seen my mom in a little while. I was ready to go over there and eat some good dinner and what have you. Well, Amberlynn didn't want to go, and I said, that's fine. But she didn't want me to go.
Quality time with zero distractions, just you and your partner to connect mentally, physically, emotionally.
So you laying on Emily and just connecting. So no distractions, no phones. So when Amberlynn and Emily lay down for a good night together, they put their phones away, they turn them off, they put them in a drawer. Emily lies down on her back, and Amberlynn lies on top of her.
That's a huge bitch.
And they just connect in ways that you guys couldn't possibly comprehend.
And you'll never know.
No phones, no distractions, just living in the moment.
Through laughter, deep conversations, fun, etc., etc. In other ways, I love to be loved that isn't even part of like the love language list. Like just understanding and patience and kindness and just like.
No, patience isn't, because you use patience against people. You use that whole like, well, no, I'm going to get to it. Just be patient with me. It's been 30 something years, Amberlynn. If you were going to make some progress or you were going to put yourself first, you would have done it already. You want an enabler. You want someone around to enable your bad habits. You want someone to kiss your ass, pat you on the back and tell you it's going to be okay and that you're doing your best. And you want to make excuses for yourself because that's all you've ever done. You've made excuses for yourself. Oh, it's okay to live this way. It's okay to eat this much. It's okay to do all this. I've had a hard life. Whatever. So the whole patience thing, I think that that's important for people that are trying to come around and are trying to make something of their lives and are trying to get over a rough patch, but you take it to the next level. People give you an inch and you take a mile. Patience isn't for you. That's not love language. That's enabling. But that's what you want. You want to be enabled.
Like a gentle love. That's genuinely important to me. Do you follow trends with the clothing you wear? No. No. Most trends, I'm not gonna lie to you, and I'm not here to judge, but yes, the trends, you know what? Pop off. You do you. You look great. If you love what you wear, you automatically look beautiful to me, but they're not for me. I have my own style. Sometimes I don't even understand my own style. If I see it and I wear it and I like it and I love it, I'm gonna keep wearing it. I don't care what anybody says out there. What do you actually need a planner for? That sounds like a little bit of shade. So I like to plan.
Yeah. I mean, what is there to plan? At 3 p.m., I'm gonna roll over and fart.
Oh, sorry, I farted.
At 4 p.m., I'm gonna move one ass cheek to the other couch cushion. At 5 p.m., I'm going to muster up all my strength to walk to the door to get my DoorDash order and then sit back down. I mean, what do we need a planner for?
YouTube videos. You guys don't know this, but I have like a whole list of things that I want to talk about in vlogs or show in vlogs or what do I want to do in vlogs. I'm also a very to-do list oriented type of girly, whether it's things around the house.
She's a go-getter, you guys. She likes to get shit done. She likes to plan everything out. I'm very much so a to-do girly pop.
Or things I'm doing with my mom or things that I have to do just to remind myself because my memory is not good. So I use a planner to plan. How often do you use your tarot cards? I only ever use them when I truly feel like the universe is like, I want to tell you something, or if I want the universe to tell me something, because it's not always the universe coming to me and being like, girly pop, like we need to talk. Sometimes it's like me saying we need to talk. It's been like easily over a month, maybe even longer. Oh my God, it's been since before.
I wouldn't use tarot cards this year. So long as you remain in a relationship with this girl, the first card you're going to pull is a skull and crossbones.
Oh! Before I went to Wisconsin, holy I do believe that if you treat your tarot cards right, like they'll treat you right and they'll connect with the universe even more. I know to some people, like you probably think I'm crazy and you don't believe in that, but everyone has their different beliefs. I would never judge someone based on what they believe, and I hope they would do the same for me and they won't judge me. And it's really crazy because I feel like I have like matured a lot spiritually. I used to not really believe in tarot readings or tarot cards or really anything about it, but I'm telling you that was years ago. But as time went on, I felt more compelled to get my own deck of cards and to treat them in the way they deserve and to come at it with...
This is very strange. I mean, I don't ever remember tarot cards being a mainstay topic of conversation with Amberlynn. Tarot cards? This kind of seems out of left field. You need to treat them with respect. I've matured spiritually.
Blah.
I mean, as far as spiritual Lynn goes, I mean, she went to a church service and said that the girl on stage singing was attractive, but then told us she was agnostic. This is kind of out of left field for me.
Every single time I have done a tarot reading on myself, whether the reading was bad or good, it felt right and it felt true, and I definitely felt it in my heart. And I appreciate those messages. Yeah, I'm definitely going to be taking those cards down tonight. Do you think lesbians can be non-binary? Of course. Do you still smoke Delta 8, and are you going to stop when you start semaglutide? No. I do still smoke. I definitely don't smoke as much as I used to, and I will be more than likely stopping when I start semaglutide. Delta 8 gives me the munchies.
I will more than likely be stopping when I start semaglutide.
Bull.
She doesn't get it. She doesn't get it. Amber, at your age and your BMI, you have to come to a very brutal coming to terms with yourself. Call me nasty, call me mean, but this is just the truth. If you don't change things soon, and you continue to make these little excuses for yourself and say, oh, you know, maybe I'll stop Delta 8 when I get on semaglutide. Maybe I'll get on semaglutide. Well, maybe I'll just use the shittier semaglutide option because it's the one I know. It doesn't communicate to me that you are serious about your health. I don't think you've ever been serious about your health. I think that you have self-destructive tendencies, and if you don't change something drastically soon, it's not going to be good. Soon. Drastic. The semaglutide's not going to work. She has a concept of a plan. We are past the point of maybe. We are past the point of, yeah, I'll get around to it. We are past the point of probably. No more of that anymore. It's either put up or shut up.
And it would be counterproductive. Is that the right word? It'll be counterproductive to be taking semaglutide, but then also smoking Delta 8. Like, it doesn't make sense. If you plateau on...
Yeah, so why aren't you just flat out telling us, yes, I will be stopping? I mean, honestly, if you cared about your health, which you don't, but if you cared about your health, you would have stopped a long time ago. This is like the whole, I'm going to start my diet on Monday thing. If your health mattered to you, if living mattered to you, you would start right now. Not Monday, not January 1st, not next week, not when it's convenient for you or when you're in a good headspace. Today, right now.
Semaglutide this time, will you still keep taking it? Last time I took semaglutide, it stopped working because the syringes I got were pre-filled, which you are not supposed to do that because when you pre-fill a syringe, it expires in 28 days. And through the med spa that I went, they acted as if that was okay. And I know a lot of people were asking, like, did you see a doctor? The person was actually an RN, so they knew what they were talking about, but no one's
You know what RN she was probably talking to about this? You know where Amberlynn probably gets all of her medical information from? I have one RN in particular.
The robot, people make mistakes. 28 days is only 4 weeks. And for 4 weeks,
Wow, we are really learning a lot here. Guys, 28 days is 4 weeks. Who knew that? Who knew that? Come on. This is an educational channel after all.
the syringes were working. Week 5, I felt nothing. So that is when I doubled my dose. I still felt nothing. And when you double your dose,
Well, I mean, there's a lot for the medication to work with here. I mean, there's medications scale. So, I mean, why would you just try the lowest dose and then at the end of the dose cycle be like, well, it's not working that well. I guess I won't go up to a higher dose, or I guess I'll just quit. I mean, why quit? Why quit? Like, even if it's doing a fraction of a percent good for you, why quit? Why quit?
oh honey, you feel something. So that's when I was like, something just doesn't seem right to me. And I had 13 pre-filled syringes. So that's 13 weeks worth. And that's like way past expiration date. At that point, potency, non-existent. But
Well, what med spa did this for her then? I don't know about the truth behind the whole, like, if they're pre-filled in syringes, then they have less potency when you go to use them after a certain amount of time. I've never heard that before. Oh, a random RN told me this and verified it. Okay, so a random RN knows better than a med spa who distributes the drug? Why did they do that?
to answer your question, if I plateau on semaglutide, will I keep taking it? Yes. Are there any updates?
Good. Good. That's what I want to hear from her. If I plateau on semaglutide, will I keep taking it? Yes. Or better yet, I mean, if you really want to score some points, say that you'll take the stronger one. Take the stronger medication. Well, I want to stick to what I know. Amber, you've been sticking to what you know for years now. Look where that's gotten you. I think it's time to realize that if you want to go somewhere you've never been before, you're going to have to do things you've never done.
Updates on Rarity? Sadly, no. In my actual gut and soul and heart, I really do believe that someone found her and they're loving on her. They're feeding her and she has water and warmth and love and laughter and cuddles. Everything that I once gave her. I truly believe that someone else is doing
roll.
You know what you also gave her, though? An open door. You know what you also had a hand in? Gracie getting out.
Bull.
I don't have any sympathy for these crocodile tears. I don't have any sympathy for this. You took your pets across the country knowing that that was a bad idea. You got there, look what happened. I would like to think that someone found my cat and is treating them the way that I used to treat them. With warmth, laughter, food, etc. I mean, okay, if that's what you need to tell yourself to sleep at night, tell yourself that then. But there's a higher likelihood that that did not occur, that was the scenario that did not play out in real life.
Doing the same for now. I will have her home one day. Like, I do believe that. And I'm putting out all of the positivity that I can. Whew, I need a minute. Have you ever been assessed or evaluated for ADHD? Because girl, I see all the signs in you. So I have been assessed by a psychologist, and the psychologist then said, you need to be like actively evaluated because you show signs, as that person said. And this was when I was living in Kentucky. So I had scheduled an appointment, but it was literally for 6 months away. And I ended up moving because me and my girlfriend at the time broke up and I was ready for a change. I did not belong in Kentucky anymore. And I think I had like 3 months to go until my appointment. But obviously since I moved, I wasn't able to attend the appointment. So I still have not been evaluated. Do you have any updates on the article you were interviewed for? Nope. I have not been contacted since I did the interview. Where is Wasabi?
Maybe she changed her mind. That was supposed to come out at the end of December. I was looking forward to that. Amberlynn introduced that to us the first or second week of December, said it was going to release at the end of the month. I was looking forward to it. Maybe she changed her mind. Maybe the journalist that was writing it saw what Girl World was and changed her mind. Oh boy.
More than likely he's laying on the bed. Do you deep down want to be skinny? If I could have any body type in the world and I was 100% the healthiest I could be, I still would not want to be skinny. My favorite body type is like chunky, like curvy.
Well, I mean, how would you know? You've never been thin.
I'm so morbidly obese.
Really, how would you know? How would you know how that feels? I mean, a lot of people later in life, they'll put on weight and they'll remember back to like the body that they used to have in college days or like that. I mean, you have nothing to compare it to. I wouldn't want to be skinny. I wouldn't want to be thin. How would you know? You don't know what that feels like.
Like thick thighs, like good hips, pretty big butt. I don't want to be skinny for me. I think every body type is beautiful. Skinny, chunky.
Amberlynn's saying she doesn't want to be skinny. I don't want to be skinny for me. Me, Amberlynn Reed, I don't want to be skinny. You know, sometimes I actually think that, Amber. Sometimes I think that you want to be this way. Sometimes I think that you want to live in a prison. Sometimes I think that you do a lot of what you do in your life to act as like a self-destruct button. I think that that's rooted in a lot of self-hatred, self-loathing, a lot of your trauma that you've never worked out. But there is a way through that. But the only way through that is with hard work. And I don't know if you are willing to put that in.
No. For me, I think every body type is beautiful. Skinny, chunky, fat, whatever it may be. Like, I think you are absolutely gorgeous. But for myself, like, I want some curves. I want some meat. I want my partner to grab onto my chunk.
Ew.
What?
Ooh. I mean, after what we've seen about Emily, I don't know if those are the words that we should be using. I want my partner to grab onto my chunk. Yeah, I bet she wants that too.
When is the last time you watched Karina Kaboom? I'm telling you, the last time I watched her, I think was during live stream era. 3 X's ago. What should we react to? Okay. Karina Kaboom? Let me go see.
Hello, everybody.
3 X's ago? Like even before Feline. Wow. I don't like that woman. I hate everything about that woman. Like, no tea, no shade, but what is going on with her? I chose to be like, I cannot do this anymore.
You never respond to people's criticism for what they say. You never respond with sound arguments. You never have anything to say in response to people in an adult-like manner. Karina was the person who got me into becoming a reaction channel. It was her content that introduced me to reaction channels and Girl World as a whole. So I sort of attribute a lot of why I got into this to her. So the fact that every time I have heard Amberlynn come for Karina Kaboom, it's always just like basically saying that woman's a bitch. She's nasty. She doesn't know what she's talking about, blah, 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 blah. Why don't you actually listen to what she has to say? Because Karina actually does have a lot of good points. Why don't you listen to what she has to say and respond directly to what she has to say? Not just sit on your couch and throw your hands up in the air and clack your nails around and say, what is going on with that woman? No tea, no shade, but I do not like her. Okay, well, why don't you like her? What is she saying that is bothering you? Is that untrue? Why is it untrue? That would be a better way to get people on your side in terms of us versus them. If you can read Karina and you can actually respond to what she has to say, then the internet will be able to discern between her argument and your argument, and they will say, oh.
You'd be like, oh.
Actually, Amberlynn actually has a point here.
Like, she puts me in the biggest negative headspace. So I said, I'm actively removing myself from this situation, and I have not watched her since. So it's literally been years. Are you?
I don't believe that at all. I don't believe that at all. I think that Amberlynn is neck deep in reaction channels.
For or against abortion? I am pro-choice. Will you get another pet anytime soon? No, absolutely not. I'm still waiting for Rarity to come home.
Okay.
Why do you nervously laugh around Tommy so much? I'm never nervous around Tommy. When I'm laughing around Tommy, it's because I'm happy.
It's like middle school. When she nervously laughs around Emily like that, it's because of middle school. You ever see middle schoolers express interest for one another? Stop! I really, oh no, blah, blah. And they like kind of like poke at each other and like, oh, you're being mean to me. Like, I mean, it's that, except they're in their 30s.
Happy. Like, I'm genuinely like so happy. I just can't stop laughing. That's a good.
Well, that's concerning, Amber. If you're genuinely happy around this person, I mean, this person was with someone that had some type of hand in facilitating the end of someone who was 700 plus pounds. And then immediately, quite literally a month or two later, got in a relationship with you. So the fact that you're standing by her and she makes you happy and this is the person that you really want to put out into the world, and I mean, that says a lot about you. That says a lot about you. Mainly that you're desperate, but it also says to me that if you're willing to publicly support that someone and make them your other half and put them out there and stand behind them and publicly support them, I mean, that says a lot about you.
Sign. Like, I want to continue smiling. I want to continue laughing. I want to continue joking. Like, Tommy isn't just my lover, my partner, my this, my that. She is my best friend. And I want to always have fun with her.
So you're best friends with someone who is a feeder?
No, she is not a feeder. Yes, I am.
You're best friends with someone that gets arousal off of fattening people up to the point where they have health issues. Okay. If that's who you want to surround yourself with, I mean, it just kind of verifies what people already thought about you, Amber.
Or even doing stupid things like trying eggnog and I'm just like giggling like a schoolgirl. It's because I'm happy. Like, she genuinely makes me feel good when I'm around her and I want it to stay that way.
You want temporary happiness. That's what Amberlynn has always been about. Temporary happiness, instant gratification. I want a girlfriend and I want a girlfriend now. I want to fall in love and I want to fall in love right now. I don't want to have to work through my trauma and make better decisions and treat people the way, you know, that they should be treated and blah, blah. Like, I don't want to do all that. I don't want to get to a place where I am a functioning adult and then get in a relationship and have it be happy and healthy. I want this fake relationship with this feeder that DM'd me on TikTok. And I want this fake fantasy of a relationship to last as long as it will last because I don't want to put in the work otherwise to get the real thing. It's delusion. It's delusion.
Are you still friends with Alexis? And can we get an update on that? We are still friends. We are not as close as we used to be. I think that I do have like a wall up and I think she knows. Obviously, like, the trust there due to the betrayal, like, there's no trust there, you know? And I think she knows that and I think she feels bad, but I think she's being patient and she's being...
Oh, Alexis feels bad. She's being patient. Well, I don't think that Alexis, I mean, I don't know. Alexis likes to come in and out, so maybe she'll have something to say about this, but I don't know, Alexis. Do you want to be friends with Amberlynn? Do you want to continue a relationship with her? I mean, do you feel bad? Do you, are you waiting for her to come around? Is that what you want? Do you want Amberlynn back? Do you want those 6-hour FaceTime sessions back? Is that what you want? I don't know. I'd imagine that Alexis will make a response to this because anytime that Alexis is brought up by Amberlynn, she usually has something to say about it. So, I don't know. Let's see. She feels bad.
Understanding, and she's being kind and just like not forcing anything, which is what I appreciate. Like, I genuinely care about Alexis and I love her and I know she feels the same for me. So I'm glad that
I don't buy that one bit. I don't buy that one bit. I think Amber hates her guts. I think Amberlynn absolutely despises Alexis. But if she's mean to Alexis or she says how she truly feels about her, then that would entice Alexis to continue to make videos, continue to talk to reaction channels, continue to come in my chat, continue to talk to, other people in their chats. So Alexis probably has more to say, has more tea to spill, and Amberlynn's terrified of that. So that's why she's keeping her at arm's length distance. Yeah, we can be friends from 8 states away. Sure. Okay, yeah. I'll text you Merry Christmas every year for 2 years and then never talk to you ever again. Okay, yeah. Amber, you don't like this girl. And that's fine. That's fine. If I were Amberlynn, I would hate Alexis too.
I was able to forgive her and we were able to hang out quite a few times and have a great time. But I think it's going to take a while before things ever get back to how they were, if they ever do.
Well, hello, Alexis. Hello. She talked about you a little bit in this video. Do you have anything that you want to say? Do you feel bad? Do you feel bad? She says that you feel bad. I don't know. Do you have anything to say? Do you have any response to what she had to say about you in this video? Because she had some things to say. Alexis replied, "No, I don't feel bad. She doesn't talk to me. She ignores my calls, ignores my text, and is not a friend whatsoever." Well, I think that tonight can be the formal declaration of Alexis and Amberlynn no longer being friends. I think that what they once had will no longer be, will never be again. And I think it's hysterical that you let someone in close to you like that and they were able to read you like a book. And not only was Alexis able to make videos exposing you, Amber, as I break my desk, she made money off of it too. I mean, you just must feel like a joke. I mean, your best friend monetized spilling tea about you. I mean, just a joke, humiliated in the worst way. So, yeah. Welcome to the Members Club, Lexus.
How big is your bush? I have a dainty bush. If you could ask Jordy one single question and have him answer honestly and without bias or trying to impress his audience, what question would you ask?
Oh my. That was a very layered question. Honestly, without bias, and I can't try to impress you guys. Okay. All right, I'll try. I'll try really hard. I'll try really hard not to impress you guys.
Audience, what question would you ask him? Honestly, there's a lot. I have a whole interview I could give him. Trust. Jordy, hello. I know you're watching. I know you're watching by yourself first, and then you like to watch again while you're reacting, which is weird because why can't you just watch the first time during your reaction? Is it because...
Well, here's the thing about that. I do sometimes watch her ahead of time. Not all the time, though. There are some times when I get the raw, this is my first time reacting. There's no real way of verifying that. But what I will say is that most, if not all of my content lately is a live stream format. So everything that I have to say is on the spot. If I say something and it's like, oh shit, I probably shouldn't have said that, I can't edit that out. I can't crop that out. Amberlynn knows this. So I think in terms of doing reactionary content on live stream, I am giving a more authentic approach to what I have to say and what I have to think. Amberlynn does all of her content pre-recorded. So she can think about exactly what she wants to say, exactly what she wants to share. So I think it's really kind of, hypocritical that you are coming for me for not having an authentic approach to your content when I do it on the spot. You don't do it on the spot, Amber. Everything that you say is behind an Instagram DM, an Instagram story, a pre-recorded video. If I could pre-record all my videos, oh my God. Oh, honey, if you think I read you on live stream, the pre-recorded videos, people wouldn't find their jaws on the floor. I mean, people wouldn't be able to pick them up. So I'm just saying, all of my content is in the format of authentic, like the most authentic it can be. I'm not allowed to rewind. I'm not allowed to edit things out. I'm not allowed to crop. I'm not allowed to say, oh, wait, actually, I didn't mean to say that. So, okay. But, I mean, there's no way of verifying that I don't watch her videos ahead of time. So it's kind of just like my word versus hers. So, okay. But, I mean, this is like besides the point. This has nothing to do with anything. Go on. Ask your question.
Because you have to think of things to say and to complain about and to nitpick and all the little fat jokes you make. Is that what it is? You have to like ponder that while you're playing your little World of Warcraft in your mom's basement. Don't answer that because that's not the question. My question.
Playing my little World of Warcraft. I will tell you about World of Warcraft is, I mean, I've met like crazy successful people on that game before. My best friends are from that game. I was in his wedding a couple years ago. That game means the world to me. So if you want to continue to make fun of it, that's fine. As far as the mom's basement thing goes, I have never disclosed my living situation on YouTube. Never. I have another channel, Oh Lordy, More Jordy. I talk about things on there, things I do, my lifestyle, my hobbies. Sometimes you'll see my friends on there. You'll see like my friend Marley, things like that. I have never once disclosed anything about my parents or anything about potential siblings or anything about my living situation. Amberlynn paid for my information. She bought my information. She knows things about my parents. She knows things about my sibling. She knows things about my personal life. She paid for this information online. So what I consider this to be is her attempt at kind of fishing for me to confirm or deny what she is putting out for me. She's baiting me. So I'm not taking your bait. You can continue to say this. That's just how I feel about this.
Question is, you say that you want, the best for me. You want me to go on semaglutide and lose the weight. You say that you're just a reaction channel and you're reacting to just, me as a person. And supposedly I'm just not a good person and all that. But what makes you better? Every 1 minute or 2 minutes, you have a fat joke, a very mean fat joke. You are fat phobic and you're fat shaming and your audience eggs it on. What makes you any better than me? You're actively making fun of someone's weight, size, and body for money, for monetization gain. But yet I'm the bad person. I know you're gonna have a rebuttal. I know you're gonna manipulate your audience. But either way, if you were just reacting, like, why is it okay to be fat phobic while doing so? Is that because that's all you have? Because I'm not as shitty as you really thought I was and my life isn't as dramatic as you want it to be? So the only thing you have is like every other minute making fun of my body and my weight and my size and my issues? That's pretty fucking pathetic if you ask me. And I think it's time you go outside and get a little bit of sun. You're looking a little pale. All right, you guys, I enjoyed this one. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. We have one more to go and I'll see you in that video. Bye.
Well, there you have it. Get ready to be manipulated, you guys. Get ready to be manipulated. Are my sponges in attendance?
I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready.
Are my stupid cattle that can't think for themselves in attendance? Is everyone ready to turn their brains off and listen to what I have to say and take it as gospel? I hope you are. I've seen a lot of footage about you. I've heard a lot of things. I've read a lot of things. I've seen a lot of things about you. I kind of got the main gist of who you are as a person. So when you kind of come into my orbit and I kind of see the things that you're saying, I mean, yeah, I really don't have as much sympathy. And yeah, I do have jokes to say about you because I think you're a bitch. I do. I think you're a bitch. I think that you project your trauma out onto everybody else. I don't think that you ever want to take accountability. I think that you want the world to feel sorry for yourself. I don't think you're a good person. You've never had anyone to call you out. I mean, you've had people that don't take your shit. Eric and Ricky, Destiny. Those are people that come across as like, examples on the forefront of my mind of people that don't take your shit. But you've never had anyone push you. You've never had anyone pressure you. You never had anyone tell you exactly what you need to do, exactly what you have to do. So whether my personal feelings of whether I care or not if you live or die, that doesn't really matter. I'm just saying the way that it is. I'm reacting. I'm a reaction channel.
Very mean fat joke. You
Very mean fat joke. You are a horrible person. You have a very you have very mean fat jokes. Do you know what I think stings a lot more than a fat joke? Accusing someone of grape. Do you know what I think stings a lot more than a fat joke? Talking about someone's brother's drug addiction and bringing someone else's paternity into play. Do you know what else I think is a lot worse than a fat joke? Leaving someone financially destitute after they helped you make tens of thousands of dollars throughout a summer and you didn't give them any of it. I think that there's a lot of evil things that you have done in your life that pale in comparison to a fat joke. Are the fat jokes appropriate? Probably not. Should I be making them? Probably not. Is this a fat bitch on the screen that deserves it? I don't know. I don't know.
You are fat phobic and you're fat shaming and your audience eggs it on. What makes you any better than me? You're actively making fun of someone's weight, size, and body.
Oh, gosh. Well, I think that that's all really I have to say about this. I think that's all I really have to say about this. As always, I encourage Amberlynn to respond to what I have to say. You don't like the fat jokes. You've made yourself clear. Got it. What about all the other sorts of things? What about atoning for all of the evil shit that you've done in the past? What about that? And like I said, the night that she put that on her community tab, about he lives in his mom's basement, he's pale. I mean, it's the same thing with Chantal. Chantal calling me not normal, calling me gay, saying my glasses look gay. I mean, it's just like when Amberlynn and Chantal respond to what I have to say with you're pale, you live with your mom, you're gay, you're not normal. Like when they have those, it's just like, it's just the sweetest type of validation. It's the sweetest type of verification that I could ever ask for. Because when people take those below the belt hits and they say superficial things, I mean, it's just like, I know I've won.
You won again. You literally won again.
I know that you don't have anything to say to the real claims that I make about your character or your lifestyle or the ways that you can progress, but you don't. I mean, you've been doing this with reaction channels for years, Amberlynn. You've been coming on here and you've been calling them nasty. You've been calling Karina a bitch for years. You've been saying all sorts of things about all different reaction channels, but what you never do is you respond to what they say, a level-headed explanation. You don't have the mental capacity to have a conversation with another adult without making some type of excuse, without making some type of blame game come into play, without some type of, well, finger pointing going on. I don't think that you have the capacity to do that. So maybe that's on me for thinking that you were able to do that and you can't. Yeah, as far as the fat jokes go, should I be making them? I don't know. I don't know. Do I have less sympathy for someone that has done the things that I know that Amberlynn has done over the years? Said the things that she's said over the years? Yeah, I do. I have less sympathy for her than other people. I would never come across another super morbidly obese person and just arbitrarily start to rip into them. I would never come in here and I would never go up to someone and tear them down. You know, I don't know them. I don't know them. You're different, Amber. You're different. You've been on the internet for over 10 years now. I've seen hundreds of hours of footage about you. You put yourself out there. And that's kind of what comes with being a public figure. So that's all I really have to say about that. Who feels manipulated? Who feels manipulated? Huh? Who feels that my rebuttal was manipulative? Somebody named themselves Jordy's curved thumb. Stupid!